Menu narration off.
You say that you proud of me, I turn my action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out. Bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to run. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers. No, ain't right, I ain't changing my side. Yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic with the game. Gonna let you have it.
Coach, the city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. A first down throw for Prescott. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Lamb. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. And on this offensive unit, your thoughts on Travis Frederick?
He's a quarterback's best friend. Sets all the line calls and blocks so aggressively.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Rush in! Rush in!
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Going to give this time to the tailback. And right away, he lost. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Prescott now after the fumble recovery. And that's Elliott, complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now Prescott. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
But conventional football Football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. To throw, it's Wentz. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way. I think
he's got a man, complete.
Let's go, man.
Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now Wentz. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it a second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Right there.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Got a man, it's Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 22-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to be tipped up and picked off.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get them in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. No problem there on the extra point. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Elliott. And once again, not much running room, if any at all.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. To throw is Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and they'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're going to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
So here are the Eagles to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against the Baltimore Ravens, and they have the lead here as well. They'll run on 1st down. Swift. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself, thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
So that one will be accepted.
Hey, check 5'9". Give the 50. Check back 50.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go!
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Play action. Now Wentz. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Wentz now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Wentz throwing complete to Arcega-Whiteside. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regulars. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Ooh, with a juke. And he works free, continuing to fight for more. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either. And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Prescott now to the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. A first down carry by Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. That one complete to Elliott. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out. And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they? 2nd down, Prescott. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one. Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan. It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range. Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. So that'll back them up 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Wentz. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. There on the coverage, knocking that one away, was Mike Edwards. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
An NFL update there in the second quarter in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. Lamar Jackson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott, short little throw to Ebron. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
74, 180.
Coming to you.
Now Wentz on third down. That's complete, I think, a Whiteside. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete, and he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. J.J. of the new campaign. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's fourth.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
6-yard return after a punt of 48. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
And Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
46 down, man, 5-4. 20. Hey, orbit.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter.
Hey, let's get this. Hey, team 6. 50, Mike, 50.
I got you.
From the gun on third down, Wentz firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Point after, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw again on second down, Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Prescott now, 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. Amari Cooper, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep it
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try the left side. Swift slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
It's easy work, and it's coming again. Mike
Working from the gun, Wentz. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now they'll lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Dak and the Cowboy offense heading back onto the field. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And, of course, the defense is going to accept this penalty. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
54. Hey, wahoo!
Shotgun now for Wentz. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side. Instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Throwing on first is Wentz. This will be caught just inside the 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Right there, 54, right there. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball.
On second down, Swift. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Second and goal from the 1. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants him to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No. Okay.
Even. 4 down. Even.
First down, Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 52. 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football. They
haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Around the NFL, they're in the 4th now in Green Bay. And the Saints, they've now opened up a 2-touchdown lead. Alvin Kamara, over 100 yards on the ground. He's at 104 to this point. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
54, right there, 54.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Pretty quiet. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54.
Operating from the gun, Williams. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Come off the ball, hard. Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
On 4th down, Williams. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Today, final score, Eagles 33, Cowboys 3.